All right, it's hot here. It's a Friday. Things are moving right along. So the Jeep was approved to fix the parking brake and the ABS problem. So let me show you kind of what the visual is versus the left rear that I did previously to the right rear, and how that the magnetic fibers, or maybe possibly the iron in the water that they were off-roading in certain areas of the world are high in magnetite and hematite and iron. This ABS ring here that I didn't clean because I just took this apart, you can see how clean it is. And if you go to the other video, you'll see how that ABS ring was packed with magnetized deposits and debris. So it's kind of less built up in here. We're going to go in here and replace all the parking brake system, get the parking brake actually working properly. You can tell that it was barely doing anything here. And I'll lubricate everything, but you can see how clean this magnet, this ABS tone ring we call it, is how clean it really is. So we're going to actually clean this again because they paid me to do the job, so I'm going to make sure it's 100%. So we're going to bust down this brake job here, and I basically just knock everything off. Let's see if I can't get you a little spot here to watch while I work. The boys were banging some Dolph. So what I like to do is just drop everything into the rotor hat, and we're just cutting everything off because that's the way it goes. So we're not reusing any of this crap. Cut everything off. And then we're going to knock OEM stuff out. The aftermarket stuff's a little different, but it works perfectly fine. Put everything in here. In most cases, I don't even need to see what I'm doing. Hey, there's that ABS sensor that I didn't get, right? Everything goes in here, and then once I'm done with this, everything goes right in the trash. We don't do enough parking brake systems. I used to save stuff like this for in case of emergency. It's not like that anymore. We'd have bins and bins and bins of brake stuff here. So what you want to do is make sure that the parking brake lever here actually moves, because most of these are seized. If they're not seized, they're worn out and there's other issues. And provided that the crappy design parking brake handle system isn't beat to death with the stupid tension spring that wears out, this parking brake should be phenomenal. Again, we're dealing with crappy design products, systems anymore. Everything's going to get a little blah 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 grease. Put a little bit around here. Help the next guy get the brakes off real easy. I don't predict that this girl purchased this vehicle to go off-road. I think I could be wrong. They want to show their friends that they got a Jeep. Buying a used Jeep, definitely. Buying any pre-owned or used car, you need to have a second set of eyes on the entire car to make sure that everything is in good shape. I want to tell you, even at the dealership, they're not doing everything. They're not doing everything in their power to make sure that you get a good car. Fact. Fact, Jack. They try. I'll give you that. They all try. Sometimes there's just hidden stuff. Sometimes there's just hidden stuff. So my choice of weapon for these, sometimes just give them a little squeezy. It's going to be hard for you to see what I do here. Make sure that it's it's locked in. Sometimes these are very, very much a pain in the A. Pain in the A. Now you'll notice the other side is completely assembled. I'll show you that. And I've done this so many times, I don't need to go and look and see what's up on the other side. I used to know a mechanic. Don was a good brake front end mechanic. He really wasn't much else. He would take the braking system off as much as he could and assemble it back on the floor so he had what he needed before he had cell phones. And then he would start the brake job, seeing what he did there. When I started, I used to go back and forth, and that didn't last very long. My mind is I remember a lot of things, especially mechanical things. Don would lay it on the floor. If he took it all apart, he would put it back together on the floor or on the lift, depending on what lift he was doing. And then that's how he would rebuild the brake job. Yeah, I don't do that. So stretching these and are a pain. I do actually have the right tool for this. I'm just not going to go and dig it out. I'd rather just torture myself. Just use a set of cutters. Don't pop off, don't pop off, don't pop off. Alright, lock that in to make sure everything stayed where it's supposed to. And then we're going to move on to the adjuster. This adjuster I prepped on the other side with grease. So you can back it all the way down. Everybody has their own style for doing this. And then the adjustment process, everybody has their own style. I'll do my adjustment right here without taking the rubber inspection plug out. I'll get it right the first time. Make sure we're locked in. Stretch the spring right over. You want to get what we're heavy up right now? And beat up with the needle nose. Make sure everybody is where it belongs. So the spring is actually the holder that keeps the adjuster from moving. How about that? Always clean the inside of the rotor because there is cosmoline or some type of grease that the manufacturer sticks on them to keep them from rusting. I will wash all them off, everything off after I get the adjustment. Wiggle the actuator, the parking brake lever in the back. Helps set there. You don't want to make it too tight, believe it or not. There still need to be broken. You see how I'm wiggling it? That's just telling me how much of a gap between the surfaces and the friction. probably the safe side. That is very accurate. Now that's too tight. I'm struggling to get one. I'm ready to go back. Some positions. Oh yeah. Well, that's perfect. We're going to put the caliper bracket back on. Friction, erosion. Like I said, especially the inside of this. If there's any grease inside of there, and that gets on the brakes shoes, it's going to make it work. Slide me another can of brake clean. Yeah. Stuff is like water around here. How's everybody doing on time to get this stuff all done? I was done, brakes done, mirror, filters done, I got I'll be done in 15 minutes. Alright. Every time I gotta go to the other side, I gotta go outside the shop. No room in the shop. Woo! Yeah, baby. Alright, so we're going to burn up some more brake clean. I forgot to just maintenance this tone ring. I said that I would. And them little fibers of magnetics and dirt and debris come right off. Wasty. Bust out the old torque wrench. Torque that to like, 90. Inspect the hardware, see if it has any slop in it. Ground link loose, nope. The OEM hardware is good. I reuse it. That's me. You do brake jobs the way you want to. I'll tell you, we have little to no comebacks for brake work. As far as lubricating the brake pads, I'll use anything. Whatever's available. Squirts. Sliders, always make sure they slide, make sure they have plenty of lube, easy, or in good condition. Don't worry about that. Make sure your lube is over. that one down to like 900 foot-pounds of torque. Shazam. So on these styles here that always spin, sometimes you need something to hold them. This was actually fun. Voila. Thanks for watching.